Ladies and gentlemen, late night upload. I'm in my nighttime attire. Wolf stays woke. It's been said on this YouTube channel before, and it holds true today. 1:30 a.m. we're making this video. I saw the price dropping. I thought I'd pump one out before I go into a hibernation, as they call it, and get back on the charts tomorrow. But very important stuff today to discuss as we approach 61,000. Now, what you'll see on my YouTube channel over the last 2 days, pretty clean predictions. I mean, if you watch my video 2 days ago right here, don't miss this. You will see that I clearly predicted Bitcoin would be topping out locally, either at this area around 66K or at the top of the range itself at around 68K. Looks like we topped at 66. And I said that the target for that move would likely be around 61,000. And here we are entering the 61,000 region. So very good predictions over the last 2 days. But now the big question is, will Bitcoin hold 61K? Because although I predicted we go to 61K, I also said that 61K is kind of what we need to hold in order to remain healthy. If we go below 61, especially on a weekly candle close, we start looking quite sketchy for Bitcoin, all right? So right now, Bitcoin is approaching the region. It kind of needs to see a bottom out in order to maintain the uptrend's strength, because we just did we did just, I should say, develop an upwards trend with a higher low and a higher high. It would be a shame if we ruined that so quickly after developing it. It would be, raising eyebrows at that point. So we're approaching 61,000. Why is that important? What's likely to happen next? All that will be discussed today. Had a couple of guys yesterday say, oh, YouTubers will always say they predicted it. Go back and watch the video right there. Towards the end of the video, there's a timestamp in the video. You can go watch it. Yesterday's video said the exact same thing in a very clear video. In fact, I based the video around this prediction, so that's playing out right now, so go watch it. But if you don't want to do that, go ahead to the YouTube community post and leave a question you might have about the market, guys. Ask me a question about the market you'd like to see answered in an upcoming video. Go ahead and drop your comment there. Chuck your questions in. I'll do a video in the next few days answering some of those questions there. Any question you might have about the market, chuck it in. And I'll mention a couple things before we start, guys. Like usual, the two exchanges I advertise on this YouTube channel, Bitfinex and BingX. They're both global non-KYC. They've both got very safe histories. BingX has been hacked once in 5 or 6 years of operation, and Bitfinex has never been hacked. So very good stuff there from a security standpoint. Global non-KYC, very low in trading fees, 15% trading fee discount with my referral link down below. So go ahead and check out those exchanges. Sign up with my links down below to get that discount. Let's get into the content. So first and foremost, why is this correction not too concerning? Well, we know that Bitcoin is in a macro descending channel formation. There's no real concerns here. This is a macro bullish structure. The only thing that could ruin this for Bitcoin really is a traditional market collapse, a global economic crisis of some sort. That would certainly ruin it for Bitcoin, because we know that Bitcoin, unfortunately, is tied to the same things that move traditional markets. So if we see a recession of some sort, which could be triggered by, a spike in unemployment or certain actions from the Federal Reserve, we will see Bitcoin collapse. But sparing that scenario, everything seems to be going normally. And I know that might seem ridiculous given what we've seen over the last year or so, dramatic run-ups to the upside, peaking very early at 73K, breaking all-time highs before the halving. But when all things are considered, what we've done in the last 7 months is consolidate, and we've actually come back on track to where we're meant to be with the 4-year cycle pretty much, okay? So if we look at the 4-year cycle historically speaking, I'm not going to show you the 4-year cycle chart, it's not necessary. I'll just show you this. It takes 1,100 days from Bitcoin to go from all-time high to breaching that all-time high. Now, I know there's only 2 data points, but this is within a larger broad trend. So it is actually an established trend here, 1,100 days. And what we're seeing right now is if it took 1,100 days from the top in November 2021, that would be a breakout in November for Bitcoin. And we are actually currently in the start of October. So if anything, Bitcoin's actually still a little bit behind schedule. So seeing corrective moves here like we're seeing right now is not really too concerning, because we're still actually a bit of, ahead of schedule by about a month. So as long as Bitcoin breaks all-time highs by, let's say, mid-December at the latest, there's really nothing to be concerned about unless we break the entire channel as a whole from a macro scale. Now, from a medium-term scale, and in order to get in a place in which that is likely to happen, right, in which we are likely to break all-time highs before, December, ideally within this month or November, let's say, we need to be in a good position on the medium-term scale. And I'm going to take a fresh Bitcoin chart here, nothing on this chart, and just explain this entire situation to you. Why is this correction we're seeing right now so important? Well, I'll tell you, right? So as I mentioned in the introduction, we have an uptrend here developed on Bitcoin. Not only an uptrend on the price chart, we have higher highs and higher lows, very clear uptrend established right there, but also a bullish divergence in the RSI. So very good stuff in the RSI, very good stuff in the price chart. We also broke an RSI resistance line to the upside on the daily chart. Unfortunately, it has rolled back over during this correction. We've dropped right below it. So that perhaps is raising some eyebrows a little bit early. But if we want to establish where we are, just generally speaking, within this correction, we need to understand the entire structure itself. So first and foremost, we've got some sort of descending channel formation. Roughly, that is the breakout line of a descending channel formation. You can draw it a little bit more precise if you want. That's overall going to be the breakout line. Something like that's going to be the support line, but that's not really relevant right now. We're just going to keep the breakout line in there. We can identify three major horizontal levels within this price range. Those are 66K, which we rejected from, 61K and 58K. You can see the top of the channel is currently sitting around 68K, which would have been, it's somewhere around there, which would have been the secondary rejection zone. I mentioned in my videos 2 days ago, I said we'd either reject from 66 or 68, the top of the channel. It looks like we rejected from 66. And right now, as you can see, if we zoom in, the nearest support is very clearly sitting at 61,000. This is important for a couple of reasons. First and foremost, it formed the high on our recent short-term move. Okay. Second of all, and this is a very important reason, probably more important than the first reason I mentioned, which was a point to mean we need to hold it in order to gain, remain in a strong upwards trend. But the second reason, and this is perhaps more important because this is going to lead to our specifications for what would happen if we invalidated this zone, the bull market support band is clearly acting as support in 61,000 region. Very, very clear. As are the pi cycle center lines, extremely clear stuff there. As are the 50 SMA and 200-day SMA indicators, as is a spike in the volume profile before the decline gets very, very rapid. So all of this is meaning to say that basically 61,000 is a critical level, not necessarily on short term, because a lot of the things that support 61K are kind of longer term, moving averages type thing, maybe volume profile, things like that. So perhaps it's not really a critical level that we need to hold on every single hourly candle, but I can tell you right now, it is a critical level that we need to hold on something like the weekly chart, because again, a lot of those indicators, those moving averages are based on the weekly chart, especially the bull market support band. And if we see a weekly close below the bull market support band, and hence below 61K, just after seeing a breakout on the weekly chart RSI, for example, what we saw last week, that is going to be a major red flag. But if we do not break below 61K, on, let's say, the weekly chart or even on a sustained move in the shorter term charts, what we're essentially doing right now is doing a resistance support flip of the neckline we previously found a resistance, forming another higher low and bouncing upwards to test resistance again, which would be extremely bullish. So nothing bad has happened yet. Nothing bad will have happened unless 61K breaks on any major time frame, especially a weekly candle close. Right now, this correction is healthy. There's nothing really too concerning about this correction so far. Perhaps there's some early warning signs, but I would still say that 61K is likely to hold at this point unless we see unexpected shifts in the macro economy and traditional markets. It just looks like from a TR perspective, 61K will be strong, but we don't know exactly. We can't be too confident in that yet. We can just guess based on the upwards trend that's been sustained and some of the bullish indicators we've seen. I would guess that 61K would be holding here. That's my assumption, right? And I'm not talking about short term. I'm just talking about, a bit more medium term timeframes as well. I can certainly see a scenario in which we wick below it, given that it's not necessarily a short term level. As long as we hold that neckline though, not really overly concerned about this. Very expected region to see a rejection from. I mean, Ethereum has equally kind of strong resistance right here, but it's just tested and rejected off right there. And Ethereum support, as we mentioned yesterday, is going to be sitting at around that 2400 region, which we're just about entering right now. Again, the neckline of resistance from the prior move is what we're looking for on both Bitcoin and Ethereum. No rush. As I've said, people are getting a bit annoyed with this Bitcoin chart right now. They've been seeing consolidation for about 7 months and they're thinking, why the hell isn't it moving? As I said, cyclically speaking, we're actually still a little bit ahead of schedule. There's really no reason, if Bitcoin is going to follow the cycle, why we should be moving right now. Realistically, we should be consolidating for a couple more weeks at the very minimum. And then we get into a place in which there is margin for error, room for error, and we can start moving upwards again. Because again, if the prediction by the 4-year cycle is we're going to be moving upwards in, let's say, mid-November and breaking all-time highs then, Yes, we do have a margin for error on that. Yes, okay, so say give or take 1 month. That still brings us to mid-October. It's only the start of October. So we have some time here. Time is on our side. I'm not overly concerned at the moment, but obviously if things do change, I will be the first to update you. So guys, I appreciate you watching the video. Thank you. Go ahead and check out, by the way, our VIP group on Telegram. I trade altcoins 4 times a week. I post them in the VIP group. It's on sale right now. Okay, $75 US discount. I don't do sales often at all. I've done 2 of them in the entirety of 2024. This is your chance to get a sale price. That price is going right back up in about 3 days. So if you want the altcoin trading signals, you want access to a group chat, you want 78% win rate, that's what it is, close to 80% win rate on altcoins, you can do so in my VIP group on sale right now. Check it out. I'll mention a couple more things, but I'll remind you, ask me a question on the community poll if you're interested. I'll answer it in the following video. Bitcoin and Bing X, 15% trading fee discounts down below, global non-KYC, sign up from anywhere in the world. It's a no-brainer. Just use my link down below, get a 15% buy and sell discount. I've used these exchanges personally pretty much on a daily basis, especially Bitcoin, not quite daily, but very, very often. I use a variety of exchanges, but I certainly use these ones. I've handpicked them for this YouTube channel, so check them out. And I'll check out as well the Become a Trader 10-unit course, which is on sale right now. So if you're interested in becoming a trader, you're interested in learning how to trade, learning TA, learning fundamentals, you can do so all on this course right now. Again, it's on sale, just like VIP. So check out those things right there. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed. I'll catch you tomorrow. Good night.